Good afternoon, everyone. Welcoming you to this next episode, which is episode number 17, the Ascension Walk series that has to do with the embodiment of your ascension. And this particular one is dedicated to the topic of acceptance. Thanks for being patient with me as I'm just adjusting these monitors here. Acceptance. It's an incredible topic, and I really wanted to go deeper into this area because a couple of days ago, Michael and I were leading the monthly Inner Divine Union mentorship. And in this monthly Inner Divine Union mentorship, we cover specific topics that has to do with that deeper understanding, understanding, heart standing of this awareness between our inner sacred divine feminine and inner sacred divine masculine, and what is that original marriage from mighty I am presence that we were sourced from, extended from, into this duality. And in this duality, how is it that these two qualities interacting with each other? So each month we take a different topic and we dive into it. So for today's Ascension Walk series, the topic is very important because it is about acceptance. So before I start, I just want to give so much gratitude for those of you who are watching my videos and making your comments. Really, really thankful. As it's serving you, it serves others. So please feel free to continue sharing and also leave your comments and questions. And for those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. My focus is on embodiment of ascension, and it is through my ministry that I'm bringing this awareness through that in which I'm walking myself and bringing the language of what it's like to live from that crystalline consciousness in this form here, in this reality, bringing that presence into this present consciousness. So that's what my ministry is all about. And if any of you want to learn more, it is a private member association. The information is on the bottom. Feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to have you receive the information. So let's get on this topic, acceptance. When Michael and I were preparing to have the mentorship on this topic of acceptance, so much started coming through. There was this like floodgate that really opened up. And first was like, what is the definition of acceptance? And that definition sent us on a complete different journey because there were different definitions of what acceptance actually was. And from this journey of ascension, we're journeying through this sort of like spectrum, right, of this place of becoming more aware, more light, more consciousness. And there's a point that we actually arrive at that point of arrival where we have remembered, and then it's like, now what? We've realized, we've remembered, now what? Then it becomes, okay, now we gotta actually start embodying it. That means we gotta actually start living it. That means we gotta be in the body. We can't be the star seeds that we were just continuously wanting to leave the body, continuously channeling and light language and talking to all the different ascended masters and angels and all the different beings, such as myself, that I did this for so many years. And because it was much easier than to being in the body. So then at some point it becomes to actually be in the body. And what does that mean? When you're coming into the body, you're going to start meeting all these different areas within your body, that things are sitting in your etheric, mental, emotional, and physical body that block that crystalline light. And from that, you cannot completely embody the Christ walk, the Christ consciousness, because the consciousness has become aware in your field of awareness, yet to actually embody it, to body it, you're going to have to come to the body. And often when you come into the body, you're meeting these reference points that ties into a lot of these memory banks in you that have been buried inside of you, and it doesn't feel good at all. So you rather escape it again. And that cannot be the walk. So the walk becomes a walk of mastery, to be able to meet these very difficult life circumstances that you have actually kind of not ignored, not denied, but you've just buried it because it was just too painful. So here comes the opportunity. And along the way, there are these topics, because like for the purpose of this this episode, this acceptance is along the way. First is to accept what your journey has been. So let's say if it's been really traumatizing, as your soul chose to incarnate in a very difficult life circumstance such as mine, there's that full acceptance of it. But how do you fully accept that in which hurt makes no sense? It caused a lot of just that you would perceive from your conscious human self, a lot of pain and suffering. How do you really actually accept that? So then the topic becomes this acceptance. What really is, how is this a key to walk this? And can we actually do it? And that's what we really explored on this past week in the mentorship. And by the way, the mentorship, we have completed 6 classes. So any of you that want to dive so deep, like really sit heart conscious, deep awareness, that you want to dive within yourself, understanding yourself even greater from the lens of your great presence, this would be it. And you can contact us at ascensionalchemist@gmail.com. I'll write that below as well, so that you can sign up for all the 6 classes and go through it yourself. Again, it's not for everybody. It is for those who are dedicated, devoted, disciplined, in actually wanting to walk their Christ light. And it's not outside themselves, it's within themselves. So back to acceptance. So this acceptance became, has the feminine inside of me accepted my sacred divine masculine? And has my divine sacred masculine accepted my divine feminine? Okay? And within this, have they truly harmonized that space of awareness within themselves, so they don't override each other or underestimate or overestimate or overextend and underextend? All of these comes in parts of it. And then when it comes to the actual acceptance, what we found that often because of the hurts, because of there's usually hurts and unfairness, injustice, sort of like helplessness, hopelessness that has come up, the individuals haven't been able to move to acceptance, because in order to go to acceptance, they got to go through several stages, such as being actually really become aware of what they're seeing, and then be able to respect it, be able to honor it, be able to embrace it, be able to actually allow it, and then be able to agree with it, to then go into forgiveness. So there are all these other steps behind acceptance. And it seems like once the energy has gone into forward motion with the forgiveness, then acceptance is like this calmness that begins to harmonize the two polarities within back to oneness. And as we were teaching this class, we were so blown away by how profound acceptance is as a necessary part of embodiment of this Christ light. So if we're denying it, we cannot accept it, it will not come. If we don't believe in it, If we won't allow it, it won't come. If we don't accept it's a call, we're certainly not going to put into forward motion, so it cannot become. And there's so much more that goes into this. And I wanted to bring it forward because what is often missing is that deeper awareness that once we move into the state of awareness that has accepted what is without defending, justification, anything, it's just moved finally into surrendered place of acceptance, there is liberation. Liberation truly, naturally exudes out of that place. And that liberation becomes where the emotional body, mental body, etheric body, including the physical body, becomes free from this state of suffering that it used to operate out of and signaled into this freedom of breath that allows greater possibilities because the possibilities are already encoded in that in which has been inherited. That in which has been inherited was already given, so it does not need to be rewarded, does not need to be gained, none of that, because it just is. Again, accept this. And I'll do a full video on that one because I did a little short on it today, and that's going to throw a whole people like, what did you just say? Because again, what I'm speaking is a coded consciousness. When you have arrived at this consciousness, the presence recognize that awareness, so it becomes digestible. Otherwise, you toss it right out because it can't even be digested, which I don't blame you. You are where you are, and it's beautiful. So as a guide in this navigation of these realms and embodiment, I am finding language to translate the steps by steps, which is quite an interesting journey on its own. Do I have all of it? Absolutely not. Do I have certain parts down? For sure. Are there parts that are more becoming a practice muscle? Absolutely. It's in the works. So it's an ongoing. Would I fulfill it all? Probably not in this lifetime. And do I accept that? Yes. Am I satisfied with that? Yes. Does that mean I'm going to stop? No. Would I continue? Yes. And that's where that devotion is, to allow more of that muscle. Just like I'm working out in the gym, my muscles are growing. It's a muscle. It's a muscle of how much more this crystalline light that I already am can become more of its representation here on earth, here amongst the daily life, such as right now with the challenges that, with the family we're going through, with dementia and all of that. And can this, as this clarity of substance, be brought into everyday life where it can live lives, open more doors, and allow things to not be done through suffering. So my deep passion in my ministry is to really elevate suffering, because it's not necessary. We can do it without having to suffer. It will be difficult, some of it, and that's okay. Difficult is different than suffering. Maybe I'll do a video on that as well. So I just wanted to share this. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments. Just the mastery of acceptance in Ascension embodiment was a real eye-opener, heart-opener for both Michael and I as we taught it. And that class is available for registration as well. It's so profound. So we look forward to class number 7 that we are offering in our mentorship. And it feels so amazing to actually walk it and have the language to then be able to deliver it, where it's coming alive from the actual walk of embodiment of this crystalline light. So much love. Have a beautiful day. May you accept and just allow the acceptance to really be experienced viscerally in this form of reality that you're in, as all is already accepted in the heavenly realm. Have a gorgeous day. Much love.